I want to talk about something that is, in fact, absolutely at the core of AARP, as it is at the core of every one of your organizations. It's also very much at the core of who each of us is as a human being, and I think that relationship is really what's going to drive this conversation. I want to talk about branding through the lens of identity, and I want to relate it to something called leadership, which, as you can see by the title, is what this is all about. So most people think about branding and they'll think about marketing and they'll think about maybe advertising or logos or taglines, all those things that we kind of take for granted, names, even reputations. But there's something much deeper and much more powerful going on when you think about the relationship between branding and leadership. And that, by the way, Stephen, is the connection to AARP. Consider this conversation the foundation from which the AARP brand and many other brands, in fact, are born. When I think about others, and I talk about others, how do you lead others? What I'm talking about are the people we talked about today, or you talked about today, about members and prospective members for AARP, about consumers and customers beyond AARP for your organization, and of course, when you talk about leadership, to talk about employees. But there is somebody else, something else that cuts to the very core that's not mentioned here, and I think this perhaps is the most important thing of all when it comes to leadership. And that is the human being inside all of these people. But I want to take you on a journey into the realm of identity. And in doing so, I would like to help for a key question, which is, what do people really want? You have to unearth what you love. Identity, indeed, is all about understanding the great passions that course through the veins of individuals and organizations alike. It is those things that are naturally born into us. They're not manufactured, they're not fabricated, you don't buy them in stores. They are part of us. AARP is 48 years old. I have worked with many organizations for a long time who have long and rich histories. And when those rich histories are based on founders like Ethel Percy Andrus, believe me, there is a ton to unearth in terms of what that organization indeed loves. In my estimation, in my experience, and from the bottom of my heart, I believe every human being's identity is absolutely formed at the moment of conception, and that over the course of time, as you get older, as you grow, as you develop, you can express that identity in 1,000 different ways, but you cannot change it, nor can an organization. Nor can an organization. So AARP's identity was in many ways founded when the organization was founded. It has developed, it has grown, it has matured, it has deepened, it has become richer, indeed it has become more powerful, but it has not changed. How it expresses itself, how it is expressed, how it is used as a lever of growth and change, that can occur hundreds of times over. Organizations and people face a very similar moment of truth in the course of their lives, and that is you kind of hit a wall, you get tested. It's a moment of trial. When you say, I'm not 100% sure of what all of this means. If you follow the course of this discussion, I've learned what makes me special. I actually have come to see the pattern of my life. I'm learning things I didn't know even existed. What do I do with this knowledge? I'm not sure. You know what? Maybe I'll just quit. Maybe it's just too hard. Maybe it's just too tricky. Maybe I'm just too tired. Wrong answer. For people and for organizations, when you hit that moment, when you're sure, and I have talked with many CEOs who, despite great passion for their strategies, great sense of direction, aren't always 100% sure where they're going. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Because the right answer to the question, where am I going, isn't, I don't know. The right answer is, I don't know, but that's all right. I trust the process. I have faith in what we have learned and where we are going. How do you do it? Indeed, you commit yourself to the path revealed in what you have learned so far. The identity journey takes courage, takes vision, takes stamina. It's worth the trip. The law of relationship that states that individuals are inherently relational, and those relationships are only as strong as the natural alignment between the identities of participants. And the question that contains or leads to is this: who can I trust? This is always fun to talk about. From a human perspective, trust operates on many, many levels. You know, there's the question like, who can I trust to paint my house and they'll do a good job? That's a level of trust. And there's the level of trust that says, who can I trust to babysit my kids Saturday night so I can get there? That's a level of trust. And then there's, who can I trust to take care of my ailing father because he's dying? That's another level of trust. But the level of trust that I'm talking about is even deeper than that. It's the trust that comes with answering the question, who will want what I have to give? Who will want my gift? Who will want what AARP has to offer? Who will really want it? Not who might think it's okay. Who will really line up? That's the level of trust that's based, that comes and that flows from identity. And in the course of your lives, there will only be very few relationships you have that qualify. And the only member of that inner identity circle, which I like to call it, that is a permanent member, is you.